Welcome to the Alchemy Lounge, where we dismantle manifestation myths, rewrite your success codes, and activate your highest reality. I'm Victoriaquance, your intuitive alchemist, blending science, soul, and strategy, so the extraordinary becomes your everyday. If you're ready to rip up the rulebook and unfuck your life, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Good morning from the spaceship. I hope you are well and enjoyed your first day in this beautiful space. I'd love to know your thoughts from yesterday. And today we are on day 2 of this gorgeous experience. So yesterday was all about time and destruction of your diary, as you know it. So that was the D. Today is N for neuroscience, or naughty neuroscience, as I have called this particular day. And tomorrow is the A, which is for authenticity or audacious authenticity. So we've got D, N, A over these 3 days. So we're going to be talking about neuroscience today, but I also want to just give a moment for my gorgeous ladies, those that were in the Academy call last night, because they surprise me every week. I adore them. It's such a wonderful space for everyone in there, not just me as a facilitator. It can be almost healing as a facilitator in the space that we've created, but the women in there are just doing phenomenal things, and even when it's hard, they still show up, and I love that, and I love them, and they're just wonderful. But last night we collapsed 4 timelines in under 7 minutes, so they're just exceptional. Anyway, today, neuroscience. So if you followed me for a little while, you will know that I love science. So this is where I'm kind of loving this nutty professor vibe going on. I weave science into everything that I do because that was part of my own journey. Obviously, my background is also in psychology, so it kind of makes sense that understanding human behaviour is in the work that I do as well. But for me, when I was exploring the depths of things like manifestation and spirituality and how the world works, I needed the science. I needed to understand why. And this is why neuroscience in particular is really, really important, because you're a human. And your human will get in the way unless you give it what it needs to understand. So that is why I teach the science behind everything that we're doing, just so your human gets on board. It's not so you can go and become a psychologist or a neuroscientist. I mean, if you want to and you love it that much, then great. But it's so your human and your ego goes, oh, okay, there's something in this. Whereas, if we start doing the spirituality elements straight away and we start connecting to different levels of consciousness and direct streaming to source and collapsing timelines and all those things, when your human doesn't understand how that's possible, your body's going to reject it. You're going to reject it as a human being. So the science is really important, but also the science that we are going to dive into today, we're going to be doing some attachment theory stuff. Your little quiz today links to attachment theory, which was actually my master's thesis. So love stuff around attachment, and it's not just to do with your relationships. Attachment theory relates to how you attach to everything, and in turn how you attract everything as well. So that's what your little quiz is going to be today. I will pop that in the group shortly, but I also want us to do some neuroscience today, and I'm going to put a separate section in the group for questions as well. So wherever your human needs help today, that's what the downloads are going to be for. That's what the transmissions are going to be for, is to help with the rewiring of your neurological pathways and your brain, and getting your mind in the game as well, and also your body. So you've probably come across things about like nervous system regulation, which your nervous system will regulate itself, okay, regardless of any practices that you do, but you can speed that up, you can enhance it, you can do it in the moment when you need it, especially if you're someone who struggles with anxiety, or you're in quite stressful environments, like it's really good for you to know how to get your nervous system to kick in and regulate quicker if you're in those situations. But also if you're in a stress response, which if you did the Alchemy experience, the Alchemy experiment, then you will have seen the training on fight or flight, which is still on YouTube if you want to go and have a little look over it. But if your body is in a stress response, which it can still be in a response from when you were little, anything related to what you want to attract is going to get rejected by your physical body. And this is why if ever you've achieved something and then it's gone again, it could either be an identity mismatch or your body can't hold it. So that's what we want to change. So your body can hold all the lovely, wonderful things that you want to attract. So I will pop your quiz in for you. The rewards today are a little bit different, so I will post them in the group as well. You can either be in the chance to win Magnetic Matrix, which was last month's module in the Academy and all about attachment and magnetism. So links beautifully to what we're doing today. Or you can also win some VQ credits. So you can put that towards joining the Academy should you wish to. So if you want to be in with the chance of winning any of those prizes, send me a personal message and just let me know that it's something that you would love to win. Okay, because I've done it before where I've done like group challenges, like bigger group challenges than this, and like giving prizes away, and people are like, I don't want it. They don't say that they don't want it, but like they never use it or they never claim it. So I want to make sure that I'm giving it to people that actually do want to use it. And it's completely fine if you don't. So the one we had yesterday was for the secret package in the mail. So a few of you sent me your postal address. So out of those people, I will do a prize draw and then send something wonderful in the mail to you. But you've got to, let me know if you want in to win. Okay, my loves, I will drop your quiz and then I will back in here when I have some downloads and some things to go through with you. And I hope you have a gorgeous day. Mwah! Hello, my loves. I hope your day is going beautifully. So nice to see a lot of you are feeling calmer today and less rushed as well, which is beautiful. And, you know, that's after just one day of doing this work. So well done. And I'm so pleased to see how you're all feeling. So let's have a little dive into our naughty neuroscience, if you like. So there's kind of two strands that I want to touch upon with this. The first one is your nervous system. Okay. And most people will try and manifest success, whatever success looks like for you, whether it be financial, whether it be in relationships, whether it be career, business, health, whatever it is, the version of success that you are focusing on. But your bodies actively reject it at a subconscious level. And the reason for that is because your body, your nervous system, is wired for survival. So when you set yourself big goals and you hesitate, your body senses uncertainty as danger. So as soon as you say, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, but as soon as you hesitate and you don't actually make the big, bold ass moves that you need to make to actually go and do that thing, your body goes, uh-oh, this isn't safe. Or if you start out really strong, but you sabotage your progress, you get in your own way because fear starts playing out, then your body's not going to trust the process. Or if you find that you get stuck in repetitive cycles, then your brain, and this is the other side of this, so you've got your nervous system and your stress response is kicking off, but you've also got your neurological loops. So your brain will build predictable loops in order to keep you safe. It's your brain's job to do that. So your brain is literally designed to create these loops based on what it knows. So if you never change what it knows, it's always going to give you the same results. That makes sense? And if you don't reprogram your nervous system and you keep hesitating and you keep sabotaging, you're going to keep blocking your own expansion as well. Now, one really fun way, which I love, as a rebel, as an Aquarius, I adore this, is when you rule break, when you break the rules, when you break the mold and you do something different, you rewire your subconscious instantly. Because every single time you disrupt a pattern that is limiting you, your brain will form a lovely, new, beautiful neural pathway leading to your success. How cool is that? And on that note, by the way, you may have things like limiting beliefs, but you do not have blocks. There are no physical blocks in your brain, in your subconscious, in your unconscious, in your higher consciousness. There are no blocks. That is a bullshit excuse that you are using to reinforce yourself being right. Because remember, you're always going to be right. Your brain is always going to prove you right. So if you're like, oh, I've got so many subconscious blocks and all of these things, and you keep telling yourself this, your brain's going to be like, oh yeah, we do. So we can't do the big scary thing because we've got a block. We've got a physical wall in our heads. You don't. They don't exist. What does exist is neurological pathways. And those pathways are built based on repetition. They are based on the information that you give to your brain. So you don't need to dissolve any blocks. What you need to do is rewire. And that's why I created my own signature methodology for this, which is the get unfucked rewire. Stop fucking yourself over. Rewire it. But lovely way that you can do this is to be a little bit of a rebel. So your industry leaders, your entrepreneurs, your wealth pioneers of the world, they rejected outdated systems way quicker than we can even comprehend, rather than adapting to them. So that's why you will see those people who are brave enough and ballsy enough to disrupt the status quo and to not go along with that's just the way life is. Business is hard. This is just what we're here to experience. You will find disruptors will create their own reality. They will build their empires. Whereas a follower will just wait for permission. They will wait for their external reality to change and someone else to say, it's okay, you can do this now. And I, for one, am not here for that. So I'm going to leave you with this little nugget. See how this lands for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let me know in the discussion or in this group space, whichever one, you can reply on either, what this brings up for you. But something that I think absolutely every single person in this space needs to hear is you do not have blocks. You may have challenges. You may have temporary obstacles. You do not have physical blocks in your brain. You have an opportunity to rewire and create new pathways. And also to turn off your stress responses, which, by the way, you could have had turned on since you were even in the womb. I spoke about this with my Academy ladies, I think it was last month, when we were talking about attachment. So see what lands, and I will be back soon. So you've probably established this from what we've been going through today, that having the awareness is your first step. So the same with the things that we did yesterday as well, bringing those aspects into your awareness as to how you perceive time and how you're currently working with time and your current relationship with time. And today through knowing your attachment style and how your mind is currently programmed, having that awareness puts you into a really small group of people, because most people will go through their human lives not realizing this stuff. So congratulations. It's almost like being in the 1% club, isn't it? I feel like we need the little theme music from the 1% club. But there isn't a 1% question, you're all good. But the key to this, the key to what we have been working on today, is reprogramming and rewiring. Because at the moment, the reason that you are all in this space is because you've been trying to manifest what you want, but instead you've either attracted it and lost it, or you've attracted it and actually it wasn't what you wanted, or you're attracting what you actually don't want at all. So you are currently feeling stuck in that loop of frustration. So you know that you can manifest, but the way in which your body is physically programmed to do so is keeping you in a certain loop. And as you now know, it is nothing to do with subconscious blocks, because they are not fucking real. It's about your neurological pathways that you have designed, you've wired them to keep you in your current status. And it's your body's stress response, it's your parasympathetic nervous system that is keeping you repelling what you actually desire. And I know from a logical perspective that it sounds utterly bonkers, like why would we do that? But it's not your fault, it's how your body is physically designed. Because of what you've been through, what you've experienced, what you've been taught, what you've learned, what you've been told about the world, what society has led us to believe about the world. But the very fact that you're in here and you're listening to this, you know it's not quite right and you're questioning it, which is incredible. So as we untangle and rewire these pathways, which, by the way, I know it sounds like a complex surgical procedure, it's not. Like, the methods that I have created and developed mean that you can do it in minutes. It doesn't have to take a long time. So we want to untangle, we want to rewire, we want to get unfucked, and we want to calm your body's stress response. We want to turn off that fight or flight switch. That is the real key to shifting your manifestations. So now you understand this and you're in that elite, wonderful group who are aware of this, you need to start taking the real effective action to actually change these patterns. That's exactly why I created the Alchemy Academy. The clue's in the name. It's alchemy. It's changing one state into another. It's transforming one circumstance, one reality into a new one. It's taking a person, an identity, a brain, a body, and transforming it into a different version. And it's a space where science, psychology, and all my signature methods like the Get Unfucked Rewire, the manifestology imprints, they all come together throughout everything that we do in there, every call that we have, to guide you step by step. It's not even a process that I have to teach you. We crack on and we just do it. If you want the more teachery side of it, then you've got my book, you've got the legacy collection from the last 5 years worth of programs. Inside the Alchemy Academy, we are just cracking on and we're just doing it. Every soul session we have every week, we implement. So we rewire, we change your physiology of your brain, your body, so you can manifest with clarity and with ease. And it gets to be so much more bloody relaxed. You don't need to have a daily practice. I'm a practicing witch. I love my rituals. I love my spells. I love having practices that I enjoy. I love journaling. Great. You don't have to. You don't have to have a vision board. You don't have to use affirmations. If you want to, that's fine. They're lovely. They will enhance things, but they're not going to change your patterns. At least not without doing some foundational work. and some deeper work. And we've actually got a module, I think it's in November, because I think it's tying in with the Sagittarius energy. We've got a module called Prosperity Priestess. And that is actually all about calibrating, but rewiring, but linking to wealth and prosperity, funnily enough. So that's where you'll master the subconscious wealth calibration. So how your nervous system actually shapes your bank balance and your financial expansion. And we're going to be activating your receiving code. So actually, when you're receiving money or abundance or anything lovely and juicy and wonderful, you feel safe rather than triggering any kind of resistance. And we can also rewrite any past generational limitations as well. So we look at like your inherited scarcity patterns and rewire them at the source as well. So it's a beautiful, beautiful module that activates your receiving channel. You'll rewire your relationship with money, and it'll teach you to become that portal that is just consistently open to receiving, but receiving the good stuff rather than manifesting what you don't want. We also get to play with archetypes in your psyche, and again, link into how you attract, how you manage, how you grow wealth. And that module in itself can help you transform results in any area. So whether it be your money, whether it be career, health, relationships, whatever it is. So similar to what I mentioned yesterday when we were talking about, what were we talking about yesterday? Was it unfuckwithable? I can't remember which module we were talking about yesterday. It was time warped. Of course it was. We were talking about time. So you see how I collapsed time? I can't remember yesterday. It feels so long ago. So as with any of these modules, you can always take them as a standalone 4-week sprint. You can do them on their own. That's absolutely fine. You will join the live calls for the 4 weeks, but you won't be part of the Telegram community like the space that you're in right now. Okay, so you can either join the Academy before the doors close in a few days, which you can either pay the monthly subscription for, or you can pay in full, whichever one feels more aligned to you. For those of you that pay in full, you do get access to the Legacy Collection as well, which is like 5 years worth of training worth over £12,000. So you can choose which one feels more aligned to you, or you can enjoy a module on its own. And I'll drop the link in so you can go and have a little browse of all the different modules and things as well. But this is where we want to start to lock in your rewiring. We want to start to lock in the changes, because I've just had a channel come through about, the fastest way to recalibrate is to integrate. So if you're not changing what you're doing, your reality is not going to change either. And I know this because I've been through it myself. Like, how many times are you going to read different books, listen to podcasts, which are brilliant, by the way, because I've written a book and I have a podcast. So those resources are amazing. I know they are. But how long are you going to stay spiraling into those resources and getting yourselves confused about what actually you then have to implement and what you actually have to change within yourself? And there's some aspects of this, because we do go into the subconscious and then even further into your unconscious and into your psyche, that is near on impossible to do on your own, because your conscious brain, your human brain, is going to get in the way. So that's why I also work with coaches and healers, because I need someone else to help me dive deep into my unconscious as well and see the things that I can't see, because my conscious brain is in the way, because I'm a human. So see how this lands for you. Let me know if this makes sense. Anything else that comes through me this evening, I will drop in for you, but otherwise I will speak to you in the morning. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like and subscribe, and then step deeper into my world. Inside my Facebook group, Manifestation Myths, The Science and Success Codes by VQ, you'll gain deeper insights, exclusive activations, and live experiences with me. And if you're ready for full mastery of your business and lifestyle, explore my latest offers at vqlifestyle.com. Until next time, remember who the fuck you are, live exquisitely, and lead exceptionally.